Right, guys, we'll start the session. Uh, I We were discussing about the web scraping, and right, sorry for the network failure because this is not my usual place. I was attended and because of that, I couldn't. I was on the way to my home. That's why this difficulties. Right. This is the book, the web scraping book. This is the actually this can be considered as the Bible of the web scraping. All the experts in the web scraping area, they primarily refer this book. So if you go through this book, uh, around 80 to 90% of the total web scraping area will be covered. Okay, but you have to understand that the web scraping cannot be covered within 2 hours, but somehow I will be covering all the content of this book, but it will take some time. So I will give you the fundamentals and I will be taking the starting and I will explain you how to refer this book. Normally, we guys, if you, we guys means uh, normally we are not going through the recommended texts. The reason is, sorry guys, guys. Okay, I will show you what is the way of referring a book in the industry. Before that, we have a lot of resources, guys. Okay, so there are some repositories you can freely download all the books. Okay, one of those repositories is the Z Library. So if we go to the what we call the Google and just type the Z Library, you will be navigating to this repository. Okay, this is that repository. If you first of all, you have to make an account in this Z Library, and per day you can download 10 books. Okay, no need to download just books. Okay, if you want to, if you feel like if you want to refer a book, then go to the Z Library, and from this books area, you can download any of the books. I will show you like now recently. I think guys, there is a background noise. Please mute yourself, otherwise it will be difficult for you guys. Right, Dilum Induvara and Sahan Devaka, can you please mute yourself? Right. Then if I just show you an example here, now 2-3 days back, we had our information security class. There is a recommended text for that one that is called the computer security. So if you just put computer security and practices, this you will be getting the recommended text from here. And that is this book, Computer Security Principles and Practices from Stallings. Okay, that is that book. Okay, all the books are available in this repository. Okay, this is normally the PhD guys, they are referring this repository because they have to refer several books. And in some cases, some of those books are not listed to the public because of the copyrights problem. So in that case, you can go through the Tor browser and download the things from the Z Library. If you cannot go to the Tor library, and if you cannot get the Tor library, the Tor browser, you can go to the another repository that is called the PDF drive, but this is not that good as the Z Library. And the PDF drive, there are also some of the books are available. But now in the Z library, now suppose like now 2022 book, just yesterday a book is released. That book also uploaded to the Z library. So it is that much sensitive because those the people who are maintaining that Z library repository, they are doing a great job by uploading all the available books there. So you can get any of those books from the Z library. The PDF drive is also good, but it is not that rich as the Z library. So you can get some of the books from here as well. Right? Those are the two repositories. If you want to if you want to become an expert in the industry area, you want to go through the books because you want to become a book reader to become an expert. Okay, right. Then, so here, so you can just type about our web scraping book and web scraping. You get this book, web scraping. If you just put the web scraping, you will be getting this. The first is that book, Aurelie Media, Ryle Mitchell. That is the book. It is released in 2018. That is the book that we want. Okay, you can download it and get it. Right. Okay, that is now we are going through that book. Okay, now I will show you how to refer this book. Okay, now this is the basic thing you want to refer. I will show you how I make my note when I was in the cybersecurity first class in our fourth year first semester. It is information security. Then when the lesson is going on, I have made this one. Okay, in the same manner, you have to make notes like this is IT 4041. The lecturer is Amila Senaratna, and the way when he is explaining something, this is not the academic way. This is the industrial way, guys. Okay, you want to make the notes. Okay, because now now some of the guys in the single medium class, they have asked what is the difference between academic mindset and the industry mindset. Academic mindset means, guys, you want to earn the marks. You want to earn marks. That is the primary goal of that one. You want to get the A plus. That is the main goal of that one. Okay. But it is short time because like you will be preparing for the examination when there is a 1 month ahead for the examination, and you will be thoroughly referring this one, and you will be getting where you do not care whether you are getting the subject or not. For what is your main goal? You want to get A or A plus. That's your main goal. But industry is not like that. Industry mindset means you want to have the knowledge. You want to have a strong knowledge, in-depth knowledge. Okay, you want to understand why this is happening. What is the reason for this one? Okay, you have to get the thorough knowledge. Therefore, we will be the lecture notes. We will be feeling like it is just an overview. Okay, we are not thoroughly going with the lecture notes. We will be going through the lecture notes, but it is not enough for us. So we will be going with the recommended text. We will be going with the videos. There are and all the available resources. We will be compact those things and we will be analyzing those things. And after that, we will be making our own note. Okay, then only we will be feeling like we will get this one. Okay, all the primary questions also we will question the things why this is happening like that way. Our main goal is not to earn marks. Our main goal is somehow to develop a commercialized product. Okay, because we are too into the projects. So we want to somehow release a project. So to release a project, we want to understand what are the fundamentals, what is the theory behind that one. So all those knowledge we have, and it is long term. This is not short term. This is long term. Okay, right. That is the main difference between industrial mindset and the academic mindset. Right. So this is the way that I have made my note related to the last cybersecurity class. So they are these things are available in your slides, but we will be feeling like it is not enough. when the lecturer is explaining something, we will be having a question. Okay, we will be asking those questions, but we are not disturbing to the lecturer. We are asking those questions, means will be writing those questions in our note. This is the note, because now we are in the online, because writing a handwritten thing is difficult. Therefore, we will be making those things, right? So in that way, if we going, we will be understanding, yeah, we are getting the concept. We are getting the concept properly, and we don't want to study at the last moment, because we know the things. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So guys, then we'll again come back to our web scraping thing. Now, how to refer this one? Even you are having these resources, you don't feel of reading these things. What is the reason? Because what is the reason for that? Because we will be feeling bored, because this is not like a novel. Okay, this is not like the Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes story, or it is this is not a detective story. So we don't feel like reading. Okay, so there is a way of making our mindset to this book. So how do you do this? First, read the table of contents. You don't want to go through these the basic things before the what we call table of contents, but the table of contents is very much needed for us. So we will be understanding what are the things available there. So there are two things. First is the part one here, according to this book. Part one, it has few subheadings, subtopics, and this part one thing, actually it is it has all the things to become standard web scraper. Part two is advanced web scraper. Okay, if you have understood all the things in this part one, that means the built-in scrapers. How to build your first web scraper, and advanced HTML parsing, writing web crawlers, web crawling models. Like that way, you will be having some setup. Okay, that is the part one, up to storing data. After that, part two, it is advanced scraping. Okay, reading documents, cleaning your dirty data. Like that way, it has the contents. Okay, somehow this has how many pages? 306. Now, normally, our guys, they will be feeling like, it is 306 pages. We can do it within one day. Like that way, they will feel it. But you guys, you have to be practical. Nobody can read this thing within one day, because you have to understand a lot of things. Okay, therefore, normally we will be going with the practical scenario. 360 days. Normally, average person can read. That means average academic person can read only 5 pages per day. But we are not academic people. We are into the industry. Normally, industry person can read 20 pages per day. So 20 to 30 pages he can easily refer. So we'll see it is 30. So the 30, if you divide by 300, it will be like 10. Okay. So we can make it to 14. That means within 2 weeks, we can complete this book. So that also you have to go with day by day. Okay. The first day, 30 pages. The second day, 30 pages. Because if you break that continuity, you can't finish that part. Okay, because this is somewhat what we call boring thing. Is that okay to shift into the YouTube live session? Because I don't have enough data. Gihan Lakmal, yeah, you can go if you do not have the data, but be there, because at the last I will explain you how to do the projects, how to make our project teams. Those things I will be explaining. That is the way we are going. Okay, so we'll see how to get the notes from this one. And actually, this is very much interesting. If you can finish a book one book, then you will be addicted to books. Okay, trust me, guys. Because I actually addicted to books. Okay, I'm continuously reading books. These books. That's why some of the guys, they are asking, how do you know these things? How do you know this and that, like that? That's thank for the books. Okay, not for the YouTube, not for the other websites. That's actually from the books, because these books were written by the industrial experts. These books are written by the PhD or the postdocs people. So this book has everything. So only the thing, we have to allocate our time and we want to read the things, right? Okay, guys. Now, when you are reading the things, okay, now the preface will give some idea. It will give the motivation. You have to read the preface as well. So, guys, now when you are reading the things, okay, you open your what we call to write the things. You can open your WordPad. Okay, WordPad, like this way you can open this one, WordPad, or anything which is convenient to you. You can open that one, right? I will make this one also there. Okay, right, guys. Now see this one. Now I'm reading this preface. So to those who have not developed the skill, computer programming can seem like a kind of magic. If programming is magic, web scraping is wizardry. Now, see, guys, the way I am reading this one, okay? In that way, you have to read. So now, don't go too into the paragraph, okay? Because when you are reading the things, you have to get the content, get the idea. If you go like this way, right? To those who have not developed the skill, computer programming can seem like that way, then you will be feel bored. Then after that, you won't read this thing. Okay. Now you have to go it like a storybook. Okay. That means when you are reading the things, you have to quickly grasp the knowledge. To those who have not developed the skill, computer programming can seem like a kind of magic. If programming is magic, web scraping is wizardly. The application of magic is particularly impressive and useful, yet surprisingly effortless feats. Then, what is the meaning of that one, guys? That means if the person is not too into the programming, okay, if he does not know about the programming languages, this might be something like weird to him. Okay, then we got that idea. Right. In my there is nothing to write here. Okay, because that's just a basic idea. In my years as a software engineer, I found that few programming practices capture the excitement of both programmers and laymen alike, quite like web scraping. The ability to write a simple bot that collects data and streams it down a terminal or stores it in a database, while not difficult, never fails to provide a certain thrill and a sense of possibility, no matter how many times you might have done it before. What do you mean by this one? I didn't get the idea properly. So because the thing is, I have read it too fast. Again, then what's it? Again, you have to read it. In my years of as a software engineer, I found a few programming practices capture the excitement of both programmers and laymen like quite like web scraping. The ability to write a simple bot that collects data and streams it down a terminal or stores it in a database, while not difficult, never fails to provide a certain thrill and sense of possibility, no matter how many times you might have done it before. That means this web scraping is nothing. It like a bot. Okay, it like a bot. That means what do you do by a bot? Bot will will get the data. Okay, right. That means if you are programming a chatbot, means what you are doing? You are doing a web scraping. Unfortunately, when I speak to other programmers about web scraping, there is a lot of misunderstanding and confusing about the practice. Some people aren't sure it's legal, or how to handle problems like JavaScript heavy pages required logins. Many are confused about how to start a large web scraping project, or even where to find the data they are looking for. This book seeks to put an end to many of these common questions and misconceptions about web scraping, while providing comprehensive guide to most common web scraping tasks. Right? Did you get that idea? Right. In that way, you have to firstly read, guys. Okay, if you are feeling like a trouble, again, within two trials, you have to understand that one. What do you mean by this one? Now, that means many guys, they do not know actually what do you mean by the web scraping. Web scraping means you are getting the data from a website, but some guys thinking like this is like a hacking, because you are getting without getting the proper permission, you are getting data from a website. So people may confuse this with the hacking. This is not actually the hacking, guys, because we will be having our own policies. We are not getting their privacy data. We are getting something for our research, guys. Okay, and we are not doing any harm to that website. Okay, and we do not take their own protected data. Okay, so we have set policies. Therefore, there is this is a legal process. Okay, web scraping is a legal process. Right. That's there. Okay, then the third paragraph, web scraping is a diverse and fast-changing field, and I've tried to provide both high-level concepts and concrete examples to cover just about any data collection project you'd like to encounter throughout the book. Code samples are provided to demonstrate these concepts, allow you to try them out. The code samples themselves can be used and modified with or without attribution. Right, that means all those examples are available in this text, and you have to go through the GitHub and get more details about these things. Right. Then, guys, this will be important for us. We have to take a note related to this one, because now we are going to understand what is called the web scraping. The automated gathering of data from the internet is nearly as old as the internet itself. Although web scraping is not a new term, in years past, the practice has been more commonly known as screen scraping, data mining, web harvesting, or similar variations. Generally, consensus today seems to favor web scraping, so that is a term I use throughout the book, although I also refer to programs that specifically traverse multiple pages as web crawlers, or refer to the web scraping programs themselves as bots. Right. What do you mean by that one? That means web scraping has several names, okay, several synonyms. In some cases, it is mentioned as the screen scraping, data mining, another name for that one, web harvesting, and also, when we consider about the pages, it will be recognized as web crawlers, like that way. In theory, web scraping is the practice. This is the definition, guys. In theory, web scraping is a practice of gathering data through any means other than a program interacting with an API. Okay, what do you mean, guys? Now, there are some ways to extract data from a website. Website itself provide APIs to get the data. Okay. In some cases, websites, they do not provide APIs to you. Why? What is the reason for those things? Perhaps they have very privacy data. Therefore, they do not want to provide APIs for that one. API means application programming interface. Okay, we'll be coming to that one. Okay, what do you call APIs there? And in some cases, we want to have only a very short amount of data. In that case, the website creators, they do not think that it is needed to create an API for that one. But for our researchers, we want to have API. Okay, we want to have API, or we want to get those data. So therefore, we want to do the web scraping. So web scraping is something. It is a process getting the data when there is no API is involved. Okay, what is called the web scraping in simply words? Okay, you do not want to the things which is available in the text. You have to paraphrase the thing and write the things. Okay, that is the best way. Okay, you have to write your own way. Okay, go to this one. Web scraping is what you are getting the data. You are gathering the data. You are gathering the data from a website when there is no APIs involved. So that is the first thing I am going to write here. I will be writing here, guys. Okay. Web scraping is the topic that I mentioned. Web scraping, guys. Here I will put it like, and I put like this with here. What is web scraping? Web scraping is web scraping. Right. Here I will be writing here. It is a mechanism or process. It is a process to gather data when there is no API, when there is no API involved. Right. That's enough. Okay, that's the definition for the web scraping, guys. Right, then then in practice, web scraping encompasses a wide variety of programming techniques and technologies such as data analysis, natural language processing, and information security. This web scraping involved with some techniques. One thing is the data analysis. Another one is the natural language processing, natural language passing, natural language that is called the how do you pass the natural language fundamentals things, the techniques. Information security involved that one. Because the scope of the field is so broad, the book covers the fundamental basics of web scraping and crawling. In part one. In the part one, the main thing what we are going to cover, web scraping and the crawling. And delves into advanced topics in part two. I suggest that all readers carefully study the first part and delve into more specific in the second part. Right? Why web scraping? Now we want to understand why, what is the, why do you need this web scraping? If the only way you access the internet is through a browser, you are missing out on a huge range of possibilities. Although browsers are handy of executing JavaScript, displaying images, and arranging objects in a more human readable format, among other things. Web scrapers are excellent at gathering and processing large amount of data quickly rather than viewing one page at a time through the narrow window of a monitor. You can view databases spanning thousands of even millions of pages at once. Right, guys? What is the meaning of that one? That means, guys, now by using your browser, okay, by using your browser, just imagine I have this browser. Okay, if I go to like this one, anything, okay, Facebook, or I just take them Amazon. I like that one. Sleep. Okay, and we'll say IIT. IIT. Will be getting this? Yeah. Informatics Institute of Technology, IIT campus. Right? If I use in the browser, if I go to that website, this by using the HTML and the JavaScript, you will be getting this page in a very broad window. You will be getting this page. Okay, this page you will be getting. But now, suppose like you want to get the needed data. So if you want to get those needed data, you have to now here means in a broad window you will be getting only one page. Okay, but that is not enough. That is very less data you are getting. But in the web scraping, what we are doing, it will give you thousands or millions of data very quickly. That means you are getting a database. You are getting a database, guys. Very quickly, you are getting a database. Okay, right. That is now this by HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. By using those things, by using those JavaScript pop-up windows like that way, you are getting these things just a one window, just a one page, guys. Okay, but in web scraping,
what will happen, guys? You will be getting millions of data, and you are getting a database very quickly, right? Uh, in addition, web scrapers can go places that traditional search engines cannot. Okay, another one. Now, when you get like traditional search engines like Google or Yahoo, okay, what you are getting? What you are getting is the thing uh, what they have published in their website. Okay, but those are not the real data. That is what they have published, guys. Google search engine cannot get the data which are the what we call the transactions data, or which are in the database. Those things they cannot filter out. Okay, but in the web scraping, you can filter out the accurate data, the transactions data, all those things you can get. Okay, in addition, web scrapers cannot go places that traditional search engines cannot. A Google search for cheapest flight to Boston will result in a slew of advertisements and popular flight search sites. Google knows only what these websites say on their content pages, not the exact results of various queries entered into flight search application. However, a well-developed web scraper can chart the cost of a flight to Boston over time across a variety of websites and tell you the best time to buy your ticket. What's the meaning of that one? Now, I told Google search engines, they can give only the data which is available in their websites, what they have published. But when you go through the web scraping, now suppose like you want to understand the cheapest flights. What is the cheapest flight? When will be the cheapest flight ticket to Boston? Okay, when will be the cheapest flight ticket to Boston? You want to understand, because you know that the flight ticket will be day by day change. Now today, suppose like from Sri Lanka to US, today price ticket will be the amount will be the particular amount, and tomorrow it will be different. Okay, when there is a season like the New Year festival or the Christmas, it will be different. Okay, like that. Now, since it is like that way, okay, but those data available in their databases, guys. Okay, so when you do a web scraping, you can understand when will be the day, what will be the exact day that you have to take a cheapest flight ticket. Okay, that can be done using the web scraping. Okay, right. You must be asking, isn't data gathering what API are for? If you're unfamiliar with API, that is in the chapter 12. So in the chapter 12, we the understanding about the APIs. Now, another point, guys. Okay, if there is something, guys, like this way, red color. Okay, normally, guys, what you are doing, you will be click this one and you will be navigating to chapter 12. Don't do that, guys. Okay, then if you go like that, you will be lost in details. Okay, you will be feeling like I don't understand about API. Okay, I don't understand about API, so I have to go to chapter 12 and I will get the idea about the APIs and then come back. You will never come back, guys. You will go there and stay there, and you will stop there. Okay, you will stop reading after that. So here, the first thing is first somehow finish this book. After that, okay, after that, get the broad ideas. Okay, so if you do not understand about API, then make it bold italic. Okay, bold italic, and continue the things. Okay, right. Isn't data gathering is now the question is data is for data gathering, as the way I have told earlier. Now we want to understand what is the difference between API and the what we call scraping. Right. Here, from one computer programs to another, you can find APIs for many types of data you might want to use, such as Twitter posts or Wikipedia pages. In general, it's preferable to use APIs if one exists rather than build a bot to get the same data. However, an API might not exist or be useful for purposes for several reasons. In some cases, APIs are not available, as the way I told earlier. You are gathering relatively small, finite sets of data across a large collections of websites without cohesive API. That means, guys, what are you doing? You are gathering relatively small. You want to get only a very small data. It is for large amount of data. Therefore, your target is not satisfied by that one. If there is a API, even there is a API, your target is not satisfied. The data you want fairly small and uncommon, and the creator did not think it warranted an API. Now that the data that you are seeking is uncommon, so the creator thinks this is not it is not needed to create the API for this one, like that. But you want to have an API for that one. Okay, in that case also you have to go through the web scraping. The source does not have the infrastructure or ability to create an API. The source, by using the infrastructure or the source, you cannot create the API. That means you do not have enough resources to create an API. The data is valuable and or protected and not intended to be spread widely. There are some protected data, the privacy data, because of that APIs are not provided. So guys, you want these things are important. So what you want to do? You want to write things. You want to actually paraphrase the things and write the things. Okay, but in this case, I won't paraphrase the things because I want to make my time. So what I will do, I will make a symbol here and get this one. Okay, and I will paste it here. Okay, there I will write the things, because we'll write why web scraping is needed when there is an API. Okay, even the APIs are available. Why do you want to have web scraping? Okay, but actually what you want to do, you want to paraphrase the things and go ahead. Okay, okay, this thing I have written in order to make, I have taken that one. Okay, right, again guys, give me 1 minute. So far, guys. Right. Okay. Then again move to the web scraping. Right. Right. Then those things are there. Right. Then about the book, then those things are okay. These things are not needed. Right. Then after that they will be having something related to this one, and the part 1, built-in scrapers. Okay, part 1, built-in scrapers. This is very much needed. So what we are doing, we are writing the topic, built-in scrapers. Now you will be feeling like, why we are doing these things? Huh? Is this that much enough? Okay, trust me guys, this is very much needed. Okay, this is very much needed. When you do this way only, you can become expert. Okay, otherwise you see, like there are a lot of guys, there are a lot of people. Okay, but you can't get the what we call, even there are some resources available in the YouTube, but you cannot, you will be feeling like, why cannot I get the full knowledge? So you have to get like this way. Okay, step by step you have to get those things. Built-in scrapers. Okay, we'll read. Okay, we'll read this one because I'm explaining now. Suppose like we will be in the 19th of the page. Okay, like that way we will be quickly step by step we will be reaching to our level. This first part of this book focuses on the basic mechanics of web scraping. Okay, how to use Python to request information from a web server, how to perform basic handling of the server's response, and how to begin interacting with the website in an automated fashion. By then, you'll be cruising around the internet with ease, built-in scrapers that can hop from one domain to another, gather information, and store that information for later use. That is also important because it mentioned about our roadmap of web scraping. Okay, now here built-in scrapers, and they are, we won't write, guys, roadmap of where this one, roadmap of web scraping. Okay, there. I just put this on here like this way. Okay, we'll write the things what we understand. The first part of the book focuses on the basic mechanics of web scraping, how to use Python to request information from a web server. The first thing is, how do we use Python? Because we are using Python code to get the we are requesting information from the web server. Okay, so what's that? This one. First one, how to use Python request to get the information from the web server. If you are very like if you're a person who is in the first year, you will be feeling like what is this web server? Like that way you'll be feeling like, what is a server? What is a web server? Like that way you will be feeling. But web server, in that case, if you cannot understand about web server, you have to go to the like IWT, or you have to understand those things. Okay, or you can Google it and see. Okay, Google it and see. We'll see. And now, if you do not know web server, what is the way you are going? Okay, it's the way because without knowing that web server, if you feel like we can't proceed, so then what are you going to do? Then your normal way. Okay, because then you will be getting that thing to your text as well. What is a web server? What is a web server? Okay. Then you'll be getting, we'll see, we'll be very trustworthy. The site will see. Nginx is good because we'll go there, and also the tutorial response, that is also a good site. I will be going with the web server from the tutorial this point. There we'll see web server is a computer where the web content is stored. Okay, what is that? It's a place where your web content is placed. Basically, web server is used to host the websites, but there exists other web servers also, such as gaming, storage, FTP, emails, etc. Website collections of web pages, while the web server is a software that responds to the request of web resources. Basically, it is a place which has stored your web contents. That means, suppose you want to request the Facebook. The web server is the place. It is a location where the Facebook application is placed. Okay, you got the idea. There's a small idea related to the web server. Okay, then the second thing, here you are going. Then the second thing is what? How to perform basic handling of the server's response. Okay, I'm not writing everything, but I will be explaining you how to get the things and get the ideas. Okay, first when you are reading this one, okay, when you are fastly reading this one, take the notes like that. After that, by finishing the book, okay, because when the first round is going, you will be getting the idea. Okay, but that idea is not that strong. Okay, but you have the text, you have the content in your WordPad. Okay, the next time, and it is also a short. Okay, where in the second round you can just review your text, then you will be getting the complete idea. Okay, that's it. Okay, then here, the second thing is the how to perform basic handling of the server's response and how to begin interacting with websites in an automated fashion. By the end, you will be cruising around the internet with ease, built-in scrapers that can hop from one domain to another. What are the main elements here? The first thing is the Python to request information from the web server. That's the first thing. The second thing, how to perform basic handling of the server's response. How to handle the server responses. Okay, in the short way, how to handle the server responses. Make it very short. Okay, you should not write the thing which is available here. In the industry mindset, make the content, make it shorten. Okay, you want to make it short and sweet. Okay, then the third thing, how to begin interacting with the website in an automated fashion. What is that? How do we interact automatically? Okay, how to interact automatically with what? The application. How to interact with the Facebook automatically. By the end, you will be cruising around the internet with ease, built-in scrapers that can hop from one domain to another. Okay. Okay. Now here we'll be in one domain. Okay. Then after that, how do we shift from one domain to another domain? Okay. Domain means what? Now that is domain means the URL which is available. That mentioned about what is your place. If it like this way, okay, if I go to the University of Morocco, just anything, we'll get it. Kalani, University of Kalani. Here we'll see this one. Okay, this is not, I think this is a static website. This is not application, so you will be getting only one thing. All right, we'll see now. This thing is now one thing. Now when you go to this one, that is the same thing is available because it does not navigate the thing. Right now, the same thing. Okay, that means it is a static website. But in application, it is not like that way. Okay, application when now it may mention about this one. It has some the application features as well. So now here, this is the domain, guys. Okay, when moving to one domain to another domain. Okay. You want to understand how to shift from one domain to another domain. Okay, those are the things what you have to understand here, right? Okay, and after that, how do we gather the data and how do we store the data? That is the final stage of the web scraping, guys. Okay, you have to gather the data as well as you have to store that data in a database, guys. Okay, then only you can use that data. Okay, to be honest, web scraping is a fantastic field to get into if you want a huge payout, relatively little upfront investments. In all likelihood, 90% of web scraping projects you'll encounter will draw on techniques used in just the next 6 chapters. That means the industry, all the available techniques, the main techniques, 90% of the techniques are available in the first 6 chapters of that part. And here, okay, then this section covers what the general public tends to think of when they think about web scraping. What the general people, what is the generalization of the web scraping? Okay, we'll say, we'll put another subheading here. Okay, these 4 things you have to put. Okay, generalization. This is generalization of the web scraping. Generalization of the web scraping. There, go there. Now you can do your own decorations here, right? These are the 4 things. Okay, these are the 4 things. What is that? Retrieving HTML data from a domain name. Retrieving means reading. Okay, reading HTML data from a domain. Okay, you are reading the HTML data from a domain. That is the first thing. Okay, the second thing, passing that data for target information. After that, you are passing that data for the target information. You have to get some target information. Okay. First one, reading HTML data from a domain name. Then after that, passing that data for target information, storing the target information. Then the next thing is the storing the target information. You have to store what the you are here to take some target information. You have to store those target information. Optionally, move into another page to repeat the process. Okay. After that, after getting those things, you will be navigated to another page and getting the data from that one. Those are the four things, the main things in the if you generalize the web scraping. What are they? First, read the HTML data from the domain name. That is the first thing we'll see. Read the HTML data from the domain name, right? Second thing, what is it? Passing the data to get the target information. Third, what's that? Store the target information. These things very quickly you want to write. Don't stay that amount of time for these things. Okay. Okay. What you feel, you write. After that, if you feel like you have forgotten something, then see the things and get the things. Store the target information. Then the fourth thing is what? Navigate to another page and repeat the process. Repeat the process. Right. Then we'll go, guys. Okay. Right. This will give you a solid foundation before on to more complex projects in part 2. Don't be fooled into thinking that this first section isn't as important as some of the more advanced projects in the second half. You will be using nearly all the information in the first half of the book on a daily basis while writing the web scripts. Now, so some guys, they will think that the second half is the most important thing. That is not like that, because to get into the second half, you have to get a thorough knowledge related to the first half. Right. Okay, now we'll move to the chapter 1. Chapter 1, what we are doing, we are building our first web scraper. Right, we'll see guys. We'll put this one. Okay, our first, that is your first web scraper, but here our first web scraper. Why this two? Again, our first web scraper. SCRAPER. Is that right? Right. Okay, guys. Okay, right. Okay, guys. Okay. When you read the book, do it in a fun way. Otherwise, guys, you will be feeling bored. Okay. Still there. Oh, guys are there. Okay. Right, guys. Once you start web scraping, you start to appreciate all the little things that browsers do for you. The web without a layer of HTML formatting, CSS, styling, JavaScript, execution, and image rendering can look a little intimidating at first. But in this chapter, as well as the next one, we'll cover how to format and interpret data without the help of a browser. Guys, web scraping means without using the browser, you are getting the data. Is that clear? Web scraping. Now normally, when you want to access a website, what you're using the web browser. But in the web scraping, we are not using our web browser. We are using a code and we'll be getting the information. This chapter starts with the basics of sending GET requests. Oh, they have also mentioned about the roadmap there. This chapter starts with the basics of sending GET request, a request to fetch. Okay, that means the same meaning of the GET. It means a fetch. You are getting the data. This chapter starts with the basics of sending GET request, request to fetch or get the content of a web page to a web server for a specific page, reading the HTML output from that page, and doing some simple data extractions in order to isolate the content that you are looking for. What are you doing? You are using a GET request. Okay, you are using a GET request to get the data from where you want to get things. You want to access the web pages from the web server. You are sending GET request to the web server. That is the simple meaning of that one. Sending GET request to the web server. Then reading the HTML output from that data. After sending GET request, what will happen? It will respond to things and you will be getting the web page. So you will be reading the web content. Okay. That is the second thing. Reading the web content. The first thing, sending GET request to the web server. The second thing, what you are doing? What's the first thing? Sending GET request to the web server. Second thing, reading the HTML web page content. What is the third thing? Okay, doing some simple data extractions in order to isolate the content that you are looking for. Doing some data extractions to isolate the things. Okay, you will be separating some of the contents using data extraction. Right? There we'll write the things. Okay, the roadmap there. Okay, roadmap. Because we want to write the roadmap because we want to understand what we are going to do. Sending GET request to the web server. Second thing was something reading the HTML output. The web content. Third thing, what is the third thing? Data extraction and isolate the page. Whoa. Wow. Connecting. If you haven't spent much time in networking or networking security, the mechanics of the internet might seem a little mysterious. You don't want to think about what exactly the internet is doing every time you open a web browser and go to http google.com. Right, that means now normally to do this one, have basic understanding about the network. Those things you have done in the first year. Okay, but you may forget those things. Okay, that's right. You have to. You can't say that in the industry we can't remember the networks. Okay, you have to have the idea about the network. Okay, so guys, however, web scraping requires stripping away some of these shroud of interface, not just the browser level, how to interpret of this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but occasionally at level of network connection. To give an idea of the infrastructure required to get information to your browser, let's use the following example. Right. I remember these things because we networking thing. A nice lecturer has taught us the networking. He's the cybersecurity sir, Kavinga Abhivardhan sir, has told us nicely. I remember those things, and the same thing is explaining in this book also. Okay, you guys who were in Kavinga sir's lectures, see whether you remember these things, guys. To give you an idea of the infrastructure required to get information to your browser, let's use the following example. Alice owns a web server. Okay, there is a girl who's called Alice. She owns a web server. Bob uses a desktop computer. Bob is like me. I am the Bob. I have this laptop. Okay, computer, which is trying to connect Alice's server. Now that means Alice has the server I have the laptop. I want to get the Alice contact. Suppose that Alice has the Facebook. Okay, uh, Alice, she is the owner of the Facebook web pages. Okay, those things are hosted in Alice server, right? Okay, then when one machine wants to talk to another machine, something like following exchange takes place. Now, one machine wants to talk with the other machine. Okay, how these things are happening? Okay, the first thing, Bob's computer sends along a streams of ones and zero bits. Bob's means my computer sends along a stream of 1 and 0 bits. The sequence, a series of ones and zeros. Now, my machine sends the streams of 1 and zeros. 1, 0, 0, 0, something. Okay, something. A pattern of, or the bit pattern, one which contains ones and zeros. It will that will be sent by my machine. Okay, indicated by high and low voltages on a wire. Now, these bits are produced by the computer, but now to reach that that into the destination, that means Alice machine. Okay, these things should be sent through the wires, the fiber optics, or the what we call the mechanical medium, or wireless medium. Somehow it has to be sent. Okay? So now this bits pattern will be changed into the electrical signals. Okay, electrical signals, now ones and zeros, it will be converted at high and low voltages. Okay, now the electrical signals means it is a voltage pattern. So guys, these bits form some information containing a header and a body. Now we have this bit pattern. This bit pattern has some information. What are those information? It has a header and it has a body. The header contains an immediate destination of its local router MAC address. Now this header contains my router. It has some address. It has several addresses. Okay, one thing is this MAC address. Okay, local router's MAC address is defined by the header, bit pattern header. Bit pattern header, it represents the MAC address with a final destination of Alice IP address. Again, the header contains an immediate destination of his local router MAC address with final destinations of Alice IP address, and it has the Alice IP address also. The body contains his request for Alice server applications. Now, two things we have understood. Header contains my router MAC address and Alice IP address. Alice means their IP address. And the body part, it contains Alice server applications. What is a Alice server application? We told that it is the Facebook. So body contains the information about the Facebook. Then Bob's local router receives all these ones and zeros and interprets them as a packet. Now my router, Bob's local router receives all these ones and zeros. The router receives all this, the computer ones and zeros, those things, and interprets them as a packet. These ones and zeros, it is taken as a package. Okay, from Bob's own MAC address. Okay, it is taken from the MAC address. This destined for Alice IP address. His router stamps its own IP address on the packet as the form IP address and sends it off across the internet. Now, what is doing? Now, this router, it is like now sending a mail, like the normal mail, the post mail. It is like a post mail. To send a post mail, what you want to have? Stamp. Okay. Now, what is your stamp here? Okay. Stamp means to send you a message, it has to have the legal recognition. That legal recognition is the stamp. Now, your stamp is what? Okay. your SAMP is this router stamps its own IP address. Your own IP address will be stamped here. And the packet has the form as IP address. Your own IP address is stamped here. And sends it off across the internet. Now it will be, now this information will be sent through the internet. Now the third thing, WebS packet traverses several intermediate servers. Now, in order to move to the last destination, last server, it will be moving with several intermediate servers. You can't directly move to the last destination. You have to go step by step. Okay, which direct his packet towards the correct physical wired path onto Alice server. Then Alice server receives the packet at her IP address. Now after that, what will happen? Alice server will receive this packet at her IP address. It will receive this one. Alice server reads the packet port destination in the header. Now Alice server will read the packet. Okay, packet port destination in the header. Now it will read the header and passes it off to the appropriate application. Now it will read this one, and now its Alice server has not only this what we call Facebook, it has several applications, but now request is for what? Facebook. Okay, suppose like Alice server has Facebook application, Amazon application, Google application, like that. But now the request is done for only for the Facebook. Now it has to navigate only to the Facebook. So the packet port destination is almost always port 80. Now port 80 is the default web application. For web applications, port 80 is the number. This can be thought of as an apartment number for packet data. Now, as an example, the postmail is going. How do you go? You have to have the street number, and after that you have to have the apartment, and apartment also has a number. Okay, like that way only it will be going to the required destination. So it is like this can be thought of as an apartment number for packet data. That means port number is the apartment. Port number is similar to the apartment number, and IP address is similar to the street address, street number. Okay. Okay, street. Now it is like the Park Road or Sangapore Road or any other road like that. Then the sixth, the web server application receives the stream of data from the server processor. The web server application receives the stream of data. Now web server application, it has the it will take the stream of data from the server processor. It will take the data from the processor. The data says something like the following. Okay, then now that data will tell something. What is that? This is a GET request. This is requesting something. Okay, this is asking something. The following file is requested. It is requesting this file, index.html. They will be asking facebook.com. They are asking this web content. Okay, then the next thing, the web server locates the correct HTML file. Then web server what will then? He's asking that page. Okay, here is the page. Okay, HTML page file bundles it. Now, how do we send it? The same way, it will bundle it up into a new packet, and it will packet it like the same way. How it has received that same manner, it will be again sent. Okay, and transfer back to the my machine. Okay, that's the way internet is working, guys. Okay. I hope you got an idea about that one. Right. Now, guys, we will be coming to the most important thing. Okay. We will see how do we do this one. Okay, right here. Yes, the web browsers is a useful application for creating these packets of information, telling your operating system to send them off and interpreting the data you get back as pretty pictures, sounds, videos, and text. However, web browsers is just code, and code can be taken apart, broken into its basic components, rewritten, reused, and made to do anything you want. A web browser can tell the processor to send data to the application that handles your wireless interface. But you can do the same thing in Python with just 3 lines of code. Now, all of those things, what the web browser is doing, you can do the same thing by using just 3 lines of code, 3 lines of Python code. Okay, these are the 3 lines of Python code. Okay, what you're doing? What you're doing? You are taking these things. Okay, this is the first web scraping, guys. Okay, you are normally you have remember this one. Okay, but the copy pasting also okay. Okay, because normally this is the same thing. Okay, this is the same thing. What you're doing? You are taking to Jupyter. Okay, anything. Okay, any ID. Okay, there's a Jupyter now. For data scientists, we will be using Jupyter because of that. We'll take this one. Now there is no data set here because just we are taking the Python code. So I will be going to this new Python. Okay. So what I'm doing? Okay. Control V. Didn't I copy that one? I didn't copy. Okay. Control V. We'll see. Control V. Okay, guys. What the web browser has asked, we have got the things. Okay, but the problem is this is a big content. Okay, this is the domain, guys. Okay, Python scraping, something like that. Okay? Those information got there. We'll go to something that you know. We'll copy this one and put it here. Control V. We'll replace this one by anything that you like. I'll take my browser here. This one. Okay, we'll come to your university websites. We'll see any website. University of Morphe. We'll see Morphe. Just anything. Any university. We will see. All those university websites are static websites. And come here, get this HTTPS thing because it has the main content here. Copy this one. Okay, come to the Jupyter. Control V here. And shift and enter the things. Oh, large content is there. Guys, you guys can see the things. Large content is there. Okay. All those the web content is available here. Okay. La, 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 la. Like that way. Okay. Like that way you can go for anything, guys. Okay. Anything. Okay. Another one will see. Oh, sorry. We'll take the things because you guys just do this interesting things because the simple thing, by taking the simple thing only, you will be making the big things, guys. Okay. Have fun with the things. Okay. Right. Where we will see. We'll take Slate to IIT. We'll see. Okay. We'll see the IIT in first scholarship because I was there for IIT in first scholarship. That's why I'm taking this thing for some time. Okay, this thing, we'll take this one. Okay. We'll come to this one question. Is there? Asking about the Facebook thing. Okay, you can try out. Okay. We'll see. Where is this one? Okay. 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 Here's all the large accent. If you take a Facebook, it will be a huge thing will come. Okay. Okay. Right. Now I told that we will take like the Z library. Okay, there also you can go anything like that you can try out. Okay. Right. Then again back to our thing. Okay. Right. Now here to run this, you can use the IPython notebook, okay, anything like that. And now here, if you come to this one, this place, you will be feeling like you will be lost with the technical terminologies. Okay, IPython notebook like that, then you will be feeling like I cannot understand. Don't think like that. That's why it's difficult to read along. But if you have, if you are with the reviewer like me, now what I'm doing, I'm reviewing this book. Okay, then you will be understanding how to go this one. Right now, here some of the Linux commands available. If you are not familiar with the Linux, you will be feeling like I don't know Linux command, shell commands. I do not know like that. You will be lost. Don't do like that. Okay, don't think like that, because Linux is just operating system. Okay, don't have the operating system fear. Something called operating system fear. Okay, if you can work with Windows or any other operating system, you can work with the same thing. Okay, you can just shift to the Linux operating system. So I guys ask all of you to be familiar with the Linux. Okay, right. Here these things are not entered because many of guys you are with the what we call the Windows operating system. So when you move to the next thing, this is a big thing, guys. That this is the most important library in the web scraping world. That is called the Beautiful Soup. There is a historical story for this one. The Beautiful Soup is from Alice Wonderland. Alice Wonderland. Yeah, Alice Wonderland. What is that? See, this is a beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot turning. I don't want to recite this one. This one. The Beautiful Soup library was named after Lewis Carroll poem of the same name in the Alice Adventurer in Wonderland. In the story, the poem is sung by a character called the Mock Turtle, itself upon on the popular Victorian dish turtle soup made not of turtle but of cow. Okay, that's something. Like it's a Wonderland name shake, Beautiful Soup tries to make sense of the nonsensical. It helps format the organize the messy web by fixing bad HTML and presenting us with easily traversable Python objects representing XML structures. Wow, what is that? Now, guys, you have seen this content. It is messy. You cannot understand anything. Okay, Beautiful Soup. What it will do, it will make it beautiful, and it will make it a way that you can understand. Okay, it will format the things. It will structure the things. Okay, that's why we want Beautiful Soup. Okay, right, guys. Right. Well, now here, not like the previous thing. The previously, we do not want to install anything because it is the standard library. Okay, so when something is in the standard library, you do not want to install the things because that is come with the Python. But here, Beautiful Soup is a very large library. You want to install the things. I have already installed the things. Okay, when you are using Anaconda, what do you want to do? You want to write in the Anaconda prompt. Okay, Anaconda. Go to the Anaconda prompt. Okay. Anaconda prompt. There, this is a 10-minute process. Okay, you write conda install. Conda install. Conda install what? Beautiful Soup 4. Okay, the simple letters. Beautiful Soup 4, and then put enter. And then step by step it will go. Then put they will be asking to proceed. Then put yes. Will take some 10 minutes to install the things. Okay, this Beautiful Soup library. Okay, okay, you have to do that part. Okay, install the things. Okay, conda install Beautiful Soup 4. Okay, okay, no need to think like these things. Okay, conda install Beautiful Soup 4. Beautiful Soup 4. Okay, when you you will and this one. Okay, or otherwise you can go with the pip installed in the Jupyter notebook. Okay, that means exclamation mark pip install Beautiful Soup 4. That also you can do like that way, but we are having the Conda installed. That's why we have used the Anaconda. Therefore, use the Conda installation. Conda install this thing. Conda, put here Conda in the Anaconda prompt. Install beautiful soup for these things. Put and enter the things. Okay, then the library will be imported. Okay. Now you can see I'm not reading these things because these are not needed. Okay. What will happen? Then you will be getting the things. So what do you want to do? You want to get this code. Okay. Okay. We'll see. Getting this code. Right. Okay. Copy this one. Okay. Copy this one. Where you are going? To here, this one. I have already installed. Okay. Beautiful. So here I will put it. Right, you see what will happen? Shift enter. Wow, an interesting title. Okay, that is the heading here. Okay, this one. Now you will be having this. This is an instance. Now you want to get this one. You have to print. The BS means this instance. BS means this instance. BS.hi. HI means the HI. HI means the heading of this one. Okay, you are getting this one. Okay, right. Okay, now this. What's that? There is a URL library and you are requesting. Okay, this URL open is a generalized command to open the things. We'll be taking this one and we'll see the copy this one and here Control V. The same way we'll see. Okay, the earlier commands. What are the things? We'll take this one. Mfusco. Copy the things. Okay, put it here with the Control V. Shift enter. Wow, you can see like command. Okay, this one. There's a href here. The title is Info Scholarship. Okay, now it is very well formatted. Okay, the same manner you can go with anything. Okay, use the things. Use the things, see the things. Okay, do this thing as an exercise because these are the fun facts here. Okay. Okay, when you are having a fun only, you can proceed the things. Okay. Then you will be feeling these are not difficult. Okay, I can get everything from this book. Like that day you will feel it and you will become a book addict. Okay, how nice is that? Right. Okay, why, all right. Alan Center. Okay, that's just the heading of that one. H1. Like that way, you can go ahead. You can proceed the things. Okay, right. Then, guys, they will explain what is the what is this code. Okay, not that this returns only the first instance of the H1 tag found on the page. By convention, only one H1 tag should be used on a single page. You have to have only one H1 page in a single page. Okay, that is the convention. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, then they have explained about the way this thing has come and how it is formatted. Okay. Okay. Right. After that, here they have explained now if there is an exception. Okay. If there is an exception, how to handle the exceptions. Okay, exceptions means how to handle an error. Okay, there also you will be having this try catch error. Okay, that is for your homework. You can take this one and you can paste it and you can check what other things are happening there. Okay, then you will be understanding things. That is the end of this first chapter, guys. Okay, we already finished 30 pages per day, 30 pages. That is our destination, guys. Okay, we have done our part. Okay, that means within 2 weeks, we can finish this book, right? That's the way we have to. Okay, the lesson is finished. but we have to think about our groups. So before that, you all of guys who are here, please put your name with your university name. Okay, that means like if your name is Chinandra, okay, my name is like that way. Or if your name is Amalka, or she's from the Slit campus, I put just a hyphen and put Slit. Okay, like that way. Put your names, and I will assign somebody to take a screenshot here. Again, who Dunisha is there. Dunisha Samarpon. Dunisha, get the screenshot after they have renamed their names and the names with the university name, and get all of these 30 guys here.
Okay.
And Mithila also here, right? Mithila is a very interesting fellow. He was in the single medium class and also is here as well. Interesting fellow. Right, guys. Yes, get all of these 40 guys. Mute yourself because I can hear the background thing in the YouTube. Rename your what we call name with the university. Then she can take the what we call screenshot here. And some of the guys asked, requested this single medium class, the students are more active. Because of that, when making groups, they are asking whether is it possible to make the Sinhala and English both together and form the groups. How is your suggestion for that one? If you're okay with that one, we can put you to the Sinhala medium, Sinhala medium and the English medium both. But I will be shuffling the things. You can't have your own friends here, because in the industry, it will be a diversity. It is a more diverse area. You can't just say that I want this guy, I want that guy to do my project like that. You can't do like that. Because we will be learning more things, okay, in the groups. Okay, if you this is not only the machine learning, okay. In the groups, we will be direct into some IoT projects as well, some advanced projects as well, BCI projects as well, brain-computer interface projects as well. Because then all of those things, okay, you can make it to your profile, okay, because then only you can go to a high salary. Because now this is a I'm telling the truth, guys, okay. I'm not just motivating you. These are the exact things, okay. You guys just seeking for interns, but if you show your talent, you will be getting high benefits. As a way I am benefited. You will be getting so many benefits if you show your colors. If you show that you are capable, getting like high salaries. Like now there is a the company in Sri Lanka, which is the mother company is in the UK. Okay, they are asking the people who is handy knowledge with the web scraping, and they will be giving a 6 months what we call training also. After that, you can decide whether you are staying in Sri Lanka or whether you are reaching to UK. Okay, that way you can decide, because these days it is very difficult to migrate to UK. Okay, if you that will be an opportunity for you to get into the UK. Okay, if you get into the UK means you will be getting all the benefits in the UK. Okay, like that. There will be so many things. Only the things you have to allocate your time, and you have to have the industrial mindset and do your part. You can get a high salary job. Okay. Now don't just complain like we don't get the internships. The internship is nothing. Okay, if you are showing your uh, normal skills, you can get the internship. The thing is, you are not focusing in the correct manner. Okay, I am not training you to just to get an internship. I am training you to get the highway. But the thing is, you are not still up to that standard. Okay, first of all, have that mindset. Like if you're having that mindset, you can boom the world. Uh, Okay, I will give the answer for this one because this one I have to more elaborately give the answer. So I will make a screenshot of this question from the Diluksha's question and give the answer separately. This one, I have a question. When you think JSON or JS file also using this method, it is possible or not? Because company use JSON for request with servers. I feel like these methods used for getting web content info, but using with JSON, we can also understand the more formatting site in website. So screenshot here. So is it? Come. Yeah. Something now. Why the snipping is not working? All right. The chat can't they go to the snipper? It's better if you can send this thing as a WhatsApp message, then I can make a video as the way I have made the video to Mithil. Okay, I think I have made a video to Mithil in a more elaborate way. Like that I can explain, then others also can understand that one properly. So guys, is any other questions there? So you didn't answer me, guys. You are willing to uh, have groups with singular medium, guys? Is that so? Do you like? Guys, don't call me sir. Why are you call me sir? Call me just Chini. Can't you call me Chini? Diluksha. Call me Chini. Oh, okay, just call me by name. Right. Okay, guys, then we'll wind up the session. Okay, today you guys have awesome. I think you got some idea how to read a book properly. And then, guys, now the lesson is not finished. Now, you have to continuously read the things. I also make the video content. Okay, how to review this example. Now, the first 30 pages we have reviewed. And then the second day we have to review the next 30, then the 60, 90, 120, like that. 30 by 30 you have to read per day. Okay, then only you can become expert. Okay, guys. Okay, how was the things? Did you understand something? please give a feedback and also put your attendance in the YouTube comment and like the video. We do like that. Okay. Did you guys understand today? Got something useful? Of the things? We can find out the things if it is so. Are you there, guys, or are you sleeping? Sir feels still young, so he likes to when we call yeah. Okay, you guys think like right. Okay, guys. Okay. Then we'll see who are the attendances today. Just to understand who are the guys here. Satila from there are several IITs here. Udara Kaushali, Satila, Tinushia is in a slip. Tunisha, NSBM guy also here. Dilruksha. Only one NSBM guy is here. Nikila, good after levels. Lakshita. UOSJ, University of Sabaragamuwa, Sri Jagadhara, University of Sri Jagadhara. University of Ruhuna, slip. Why direct message Uday from Ruhuna, University of Ruhuna. Shashikala Manohara, University of Kalania. Kasturi, University of Kalania. University of Colombo, HND student. UCSC, University of Colombo School of Computing, isn't it? University of Colombo School of Computing. University of Moratuwa, Isuru, University of Moratuwa, is that IT or is that AI or is that engineering? Isuru, what's the stream? What's your department? Is that engineering?
IT, sir. IT.
Right. Hey, why this University of Colombo, University of Kalani, University of Moratuwa, Danushka, Javadhanpura, Janidu, Sri Javadhanpura. Janidu, what's the department? Janidu, are you there?
Physical science, electronic and embedded system.
Very good. Embedded systems. Okay. We will be having a project related to embedded system drives. Okay. That you will be motivated with that. Danushka, University of Moratuwa. What is the department, Danushka or Danushka? What is that?
Engineering, sir.
Engineering.
Yeah.
Okay. First year or second year?
First year. First year.
First year. Okay. What is the specialization you are willing to do?
CS, I guess. Computer science.
Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Okay, then we'll. Tunisha, you have a big responsibility. Okay, with one of your friends, you make this list in a nice Excel sheet, and after that, we'll shuffle these things with the single medium students, and we'll make groups. Okay. Okay, Tunisha. Right, then we'll wind up the session. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.